Hey there, it's Heather Hakes. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am sharing with you ancient wisdom and more importantly, how to apply it to your life to create a better life. Before we dive into today's training, I want to offer you a free video training on how to reprogram your subconscious mind. You can grab it directly in the description box below and also on my website, heatherhakes.com. I have been into personal development for more than 20 years and learning about spirituality and science and universal laws. And a while ago, I came across a text that really brought it all full circle and put it into play. And that's what I want to share with you today. I'm breaking down the 7 Hermetic principles, which is this great ancient wisdom. But more importantly, I want to share with you how to apply it to your life to create a better life. The 7 Hermetic principles were put into a text called the Kabbalion, which was published in the early 1900s. What I want to share with you and break these different Hermetic principles down for you so that you understand how to play the game of life. And again, what I loved most about this text is it's like it was knowledge I already knew, but it brought it to me in a different perspective, a different lens that really helped me better understand science and universal laws. So let's go ahead and get started, and I want to break down for you the 7 Hermetic principles and how to apply these different principles to your life. The first principle is mentalism, and it simply states all is mind. How I think about this one is understanding that your mind is the cause of every effect in your life. Now, quantum physics teaches us this, but when we were taught in school, we were taught old school Newtonian physics, and what we were taught was when an external condition happens, when an external cause happens, it then will create an internal effect. And, well, found out we had that all backwards. Mentalism is that all is mind. When you understand that your life is a projection of your thoughts and your emotional state, aka life is a printout of your subconscious programming, your energy, that life is a self-fulfilling prophecy, you take your power back. And when you take your power back, when we stop blaming and complaining, and have that victim mentality that woe is me, life is happening to me, now you're back in the driver's seat of your life. So I want you to pause and take a moment to realize, wow, my mind is the cause of every effect in my life. If this is true, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to put this into play. Knowledge alone is not power. Experience is. Application is. So think about it like this. In spirituality, it's termed as thoughts become things. So what I want you to do is start paying attention that what you think about, you bring about. What you focus on expands. And what happens for most people and why you may feel stuck in life is that unconsciously, 95% of you is on autopilot thinking about what you don't want. You're focused on what coulda, woulda, shoulda been. You're living in emotional states like lack, fear, scarcity, limitation, which is known as survival mode, and then you're stuck getting more of the same. So how do you break free of that? It's about being a conscious creator of your reality. It's about being mindful and intentional, and now you know mentalism, the first Hermetic principle, all is mind. The second Hermetic principle is correspondence. Think about it like this: as within, so without. Another way of saying this is that life is a mirror. It's known as the mirror principle. And so what happens is most people, and maybe you find yourself in this boat, are out there trying to change the external, trying to smudge the mirror. Maybe you are unhappy at work and you get a new job and that only lasts for a short period, and guess what? You're unhappy again. Maybe you're unhappy in a relationship, so you go and get in a new relationship and guess what? You're unhappy again. So we're trying to change the external circumstances. We're busy moving around the different checker pieces only to find out, oh man, as within, so without. When I change my state of being, when I change my energy, vibration, my thoughts and emotions, life is about this correspondence principle that when I change from the outside, my external will reflect it. And this is 100% true. I've experienced it for myself. And it's what I coach my clients through, creating version 2.0. When you truly understand and start applying first and second principle, mentalism and correspondence, now you understand that life is happening through you. That when you change your energy, your thoughts, and your emotions, life will start projecting and reflecting back to you your state of being. It's also what's known as a paradigm shift. When you start thinking differently, when you start being differently, you start having new circumstances in life. And guess what? Through this, understand that things fall away. You might get fired from a job because you're being redirected into something better. People will fall away. Relationships. It's literally like a part of you, an old part of you. It's a death of the old self. But just know, if you don't like your current reality, that has to happen, because as within, so without. The third Hermetic principle, which you've probably heard of before, is the idea of vibration. One of the universal laws is law of vibration. And I love Nikola Tesla's quote: "If you want to know the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." So on this idea of the Hermetic principle of vibration, think about it like this. Everything in our universe vibrates. Although things look solid, no object is. I'm not solid. The chair I'm sitting on is not solid. The cup, nothing is solid. In fact, quantum physics teaches us that everything is 99.99% empty space and only 0.0001 matter. So everything is vibrating, and that's why the idea of energy, everything always vibrates and things are only changing form. So think about it like this. You are your own vibration, your own frequency. Think of it like a radio station. So what you are currently emitting, your vibe, right? We've heard that before. Your vibe attracts your tribe, high vibe, low vibe. But whatever you are putting out, you're going to get the same back. So if you don't like your current outputs, if you don't like your current results in life, you literally have to think about it, change that radio station, change the frequency, change the vibration. Because when you start vibrating at a higher level through your emotional states like joy, confidence, empowered, gratitude, love, and abundance, when you are vibrating at these higher emotional states, you're going to start experiencing like energies, right? Like attracts like. So the idea is you don't attract what you want in life, you attract what you are. That's why Neville Goddard taught us that about the law of assumption, living from the end. If you are already living and embodied the state, the relationship, the financial state that you want, the business success, if you are already vibrating at that, so it kind of seems like a form of delusion until it actually happens. When you are acting as if, vibrating at this new level, you are going to experience things only on that same vibration. And your vibration is simply an output of your thoughts and your emotions. Your thoughts are the electrical charge. Your emotions are the magnetic force drawing experiences back to you. So your thoughts and emotions are working together. And if you're stuck on an insanity loop, not living the life that you want, you have to change your vibration. Hermetic principle number 4 is about polarity. So think about it like this. We live in a world of duality. Think about all of the opposites: hot, cold, night, day, up, down, lack, abundance. Everything has its polar opposite, and they're just degrees of separation. So abundance and lack, when we're talking about money, are degrees of separation. At what point is it poor or lack, and at what point does it move into abundance? What you can know, and I love how Abraham Hicks talks about polarity. Abe always says, what end of the stick are you holding? So understand that if you want to be in the relationship, right now you feel lonely and single, but you want a relationship. So it's just a degree of separation between single and in a relationship. And again, we can correlate this back to vibration. You attract what you are, not what you want. So just understand wherever you're at in life, it's just a spectrum. Where on the spectrum, where on this pole of duality are you? Closer to what you want or further away by focusing on what you don't want, living in lack, fear, vibration. And it's not good nor bad. Just understand that these polarities is simply a spectrum, and you can think about it as feedback and just understand, again, using vibration and mentalism, these all play together. Are you closer to what you want or further away? And you can change where you are on the spectrum, where you are on this pole based on your state of being. The fifth Hermetic principle is rhythm. And I like to think about this as the ocean. You experience ebbs and flows in life. We experience those highs and the lows. We experience peaks and valleys. We're not always up and we're not always down. That nothing ever lasts, right? Again, back to the idea of vibration, that energy is always transforming. So just understand, if you find yourself in this low rhythm, you find yourself in a valley, it is short-lived, and you can shorten the time you're there based on your focus, your energy, your attention. Also think about it as a pendulum. And the saying goes, in this 3D world that we live in, the pendulum, we can be in harmony and balance. Or when we experience the highs, the pendulum swings one way, and because nature wants harmony and balance, it's going to have to course correct the same length backwards in order to get back to the center point. So that way, if you can focus on being proactive rather than reactive, you can shorten the pendulum swing, this idea of rhythm and ebb and flow, and just stay at this sweet spot, which all comes down to self-awareness and being mindful and intentional in your everyday life. The sixth Hermetic principle is cause and effect. And again, I already touched on this a little bit. Quantum physics teaches us that you can cause effects in your life. You can also think about cause and effect as karma, simply that what you put out, you get back. So if you don't like the current effects in your life, if you don't like your current outputs or results in your finances, your health, your happiness, your mental state, your relationship, if you're not liking that exterior, you have to go to the source, the root cause, which we can go back to the first Hermetic principle, which is mentalism. When you go back to your perception, your thoughts, your emotions, when you change the cause, then every effect changes with it. Another way I like to think about this is think about spokes on a wheel in the major life buckets. The center point of the spoke on the wheel is you. You are the cause of the effects in your health, mental and physical, your relationships, work, career, happiness, etc. Now you can see this is spokes on a wheel. When one area of life is off, let's say you're stressed out at work or in your finances, it creates a bumpy ride and affects every area of life. So again, you're wasting your time trying to change the external strategy and efforting and pushing. Don't try to change the effects. Change the cause, and the effects change with it. So when you change from the inside out, everything evolves and transforms for the better. The final Hermetic principle is gender. So think about it like this, the yin and the yang, masculine and feminine, and every human has masculine and feminine energy. When it comes to work and efforting, there's a difference between being and doing. If all you ever be is that feminine essence of just being, not a lot gets done. But if you're only focused on and coming from doing, that's how we create stress and burnout. So again, understand that gender is about balance. It's about harmony. And that's why when it comes to creating sustainable change in your life, you have to create brain and heart coherence. The brain, think about that as your analytical, logical, masculine energy, but the heart, the feminine essence, the energy, the emotions. When you create coherence, balance, then you have a strong Wi-Fi signal and you become limitless, unlimited. So we don't want too much masculine and we don't want too much feminine. You have to find this balance, this center point. And when you do that, you can also think about it as like a riverbank. We need masculine essence. We need masculine energy, structure. But we also need that feminine presence, which is the water and the flow. And when you have both in order in place, that is how you create flow and ease in life. So here's what I want you to do. In order to put these 7 Hermetic principles into play, I'm going to summarize them real quick again. But if you understand that you are the cause of every effect in your life and you change from the inside out, everything changes with it. So here's a quick summary of the principles. First principle, mentalism, all is mind. Second principle, correspondence, as within, so without. Third principle, vibration. Everything is energy and frequency, like attracts like. The fourth principle, polarity. Think about everything as a spectrum and you're always closer to what you want or what you don't want based on your energy and frequency and focus. Fifth principle is rhythm. Just know if you find yourself in a rut and a low point, nothing ever lasts. Sixth principle, cause and effect. Your mind is the cause of every effect in your life. And the final one is gender, feminine and masculine essence, the yin and the yang. So here's your takeaway from today's training. I want you to watch this again, listen again, understand these 7 Hermetic principles, and start applying them to your life. This really boils down to become really aware of who you are being, your state of being. And when you upgrade, again, what I coach my clients through, creating version 2.0, when you create version 2.0 and you are aware and intentional and mindful, you can use all of these to the benefit and you literally become limitless. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you're the first to know when new videos drop. And give me a thumbs up. I'll catch you on the next one.